Hello. This topic of financing decisions will take you through the new unit, which is on financing decisions and investment decisions of a firm. Now, this takes you a step ahead of the introduction and the time value of money, all that you had been doing all these days. We will get deeper into the understanding of financial management through this topic. Financing decisions are not new for you. We have already discussed that in the previous slides. But just to reiterate what we discussed, it is basically the decisions which have to be taken with respect to the capital structure of an organization. The capital structure also, I presume, doesn't need any introduction. It means the combination of debt and equity in the capital of the company. Now, what should be that combination? What should be the proportion of debt and what should be the proportion of equity? Is what financing decision is all about. It doesn't sound as simple as it isn't as simple as it sounds, but we will slowly and gradually foray into it. Understanding further about the financing decisions, these decisions help a firm decide when, where, and how should a business acquire fund. Because ultimately, the objective of the business, as we've already discussed multiple times, is to make the best of the resources available, best of the funds available, to reduce costs, to increase revenues, to increase the wealth of the shareholders and the stakeholders. So they also relate to the composition of various securities, as I just discussed with you, as to what should be the ratio of debt and equity, what kind of debt, what kind of equity, all that is decided under the financing decisions. Why is that so important? Now, that's important because a firm tends to profit most when the market estimation of an organization's share expands, which means when the market estimates that the organization will do good, the people's perception about the firm, those perceptions, they improve, they become positive, and those positive perceptions work in the favor of the firm. People, investors, want to invest more into that firm because they are kind of sure of the firm's credentials. This is a sign of development, as you would be clear from whatever I discussed just now. It also it also boosts investors' wealth. Why? Because more the market capitalization of the firm, more will be the wealth of the investor. Market capitalization is a term which is used for the value of the firm in the market. What are the various factors which affect market decisions? These factors also are not new to you all. If you see, we are just revisiting those factors. We've already discussed them in across multiple slides before. Now, these are the most important is the cost factor. I just discussed cost factor with you, so not getting into the details of it further. Then the risk. With every sourcing, with every way of raising finance, comes the risk. Now, different sources of funds come with different risk levels. Larger risk is linked with the funds which are borrowed than the equity funds. Reason being, borrowed funds have to be necessarily returned to the customers. The customers expect a constant return on the funds which they lend to the organization, as against equity funds where the firm shares its profits with the equity shareholders only when the firm does profitable business. Well, that's an understanding which is kind of known on to both the sides, the borrower and the lender both. So needn't worry about that at this level. Now, the cash flow position, we have been talking about the cash flow in an organization, the liquidity element of the liquidity element of the financing of an organization. So this is just a reiteration of what we have been talking. Cash flow obviously means the regular day-to-day earnings of the company. Now, good or bad cash flow, it gives confidence to the investors or discourages them from investing into the company. That's why it's important. Control. Okay, now that this is completely a call which is taken by the firm's owners. This depends on how much of the control the firm is ready to give away. In the sense that if the firm borrows money through equity, which means by inviting more shareholders, the control of the firm gets diluted, as against when they borrow funds in the form of debt. Because when they borrow funds, the control is not diluted. The lenders to the organization do not want a stake into the company. Okay, so it is a decision which is taken by the promoters of the company. condition of the market during boom period, obviously issue of equities is in majority, because the firm does well, people invest more into the equity. But during depression, investors want to play safe. They don't want to rely on the firm's profit making or revenue or business to get their returns, and that is why debt is preferred more. Now, if you're not understanding these things completely as of now, please hold on to your thoughts for some more time. We will be discussing more on the equity and debt as we proceed with our slides. That's it for now. Thank you.